Hey guys, it's Traeh, and today's video is a natural hair horror story. Now, this horror story is going to be kind of different because I'm actually going to be doing a 2-in-1 type of deal. So instead of there being one horror story, I'm going to share 2 horror stories in this video. Yeah, I hope that this doesn't make this video too long. You guys have to let me know if you like longer videos or if you think I should keep them nice, short, to the point, and only share one at a time. So let me know after we see how this one goes. And in my last natural hair horror story video, you guys told me that you like to read it along with me. So of course I'm going to have the natural hair horror story right here so that you can read it along with me. So let's get started. It says, "Hello Miss Traeh, my story's kind of backwards, but it's worth it because I'm a proud natural woman because of my story." Alright. Last year, around January 20th, 2016, I had signed up for Turner's Job Corps to further my education. My hair had been relaxed since I was 14, and my aunt, who was a certified cosmetologist, had been doing my perms for me. Nobody else. Okay, you have nobody else in all caps. Okay, heard you, loud and clear. It was finally the length I wanted. The day I stepped foot into Job Corps, I had beautiful burgundy plaits. However, my skin tone had made them look brighter than they really were. We had first day orientation where you meet everyone, even down to the head director. When he came through the doors, he pointed out everyone that didn't meet his hair criteria and plainly stated, "If you all don't change your hair in 3 days, you all will be terminated and going back home." Wow. Unfortunately, I was one of the people he was talking to. My education meant everything to me, so I did what anybody would do. I called my mom and cried. She had a plan though. "Find someone up there to do your perm and dye, and when I get paid, I'll buy you some bundles." I said okay and went around asking who knew anybody that could do my perm and dye. They told me it was a cosmetologist on the facility, so I went to her dorm and I asked her if I could see some of her work. She showed me some pictures that looked very promising, so I was down. Pictures can be deceiving, but okay. The next day came and we went into the cosmetology room. My mom mailed the perm, but it wasn't the one I usually get. It was a cheap smart perm from Dollar General. My hair was already dyed red from 3 months ago, so it was no reason to re-dye it. She started to put it in, and within 10 minutes, I was burning. But I thought nothing of it because that was the usual. Our dorm staff came to check on us and asked, "Why is it turning purple?" Left and left. I was getting nervous as hell now because my hair never turned purple before. When she was done putting it in, she told me I would have to wash it out myself and left me there alone. Wait, this was the cosmetologist, right? Why would she just put your perm in and leave? I don't understand that part. Traeh, I knew nothing about a perm or anything, so I just read the directions, put my timer on, and when it went off, I went to wash it out. Hair was coming out. I thought it was dead hair, so I thought nothing of it and kept washing. More and more was coming out in my hands. More and more was coming out. In my hands was all of my hair. My roommate came when she heard me scream and dried it for me. My hair was fried and gone, and I had a side patch that left me with no edges. It seems like no one's able to keep their edges nowadays. I was devastated. All my hard work to make it as long as it was gone. I had cried for days and days till my roommate told me to try and go natural. She cut my relaxed hair that remained, and I got it cut into the cutest fade. My hair now is a big puff ball, and I love it. I could wash it, put it in a cute puff, and go about my day. It's longer than what it was before all of this mayhem. I hate perms now and haven't had one in a whole year and refuse to get one anytime soon. Being natural is awesome and has transformed my hair completely. P.S. As for the cosmetologist, she was terminated. Thank you, CJ. Okay, so you were in Job Corps and the head director was pointing out everybody that didn't meet the hair requirements. You said you had burgundy plaits. So I'm confused as to what the hair requirements was. Was the issue your hair color, or was your issue the hairstyle? I'm not too sure. I do know that job corporations and jobs in general don't really want you wearing all of those you know, different colors in your hair, the bright colors. I do know that. So maybe it was the color that he had an issue with. But dang, he gave you guys a time limit. He said if you guys don't change your hair in 3 days, you are out of here. And you take your job seriously, so you decided that you wanted to you know, make your hair more appropriate for that setting. So you had to find somebody. You looked at the girl's picture. She was a cosmetologist, yada 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 yada. Now the part of the story that's kind of confusing to me is, I know that you said that your mom sent you a perm. She sent you a cheaper perm, but then you said your hair was already dyed red, so it was no reason to re-dye it. So were you dyeing your hair and perming it? Like, that part is kind of unclear to me, and I know for a fact that's not what you should do. You shouldn't dye it and perm it in the same day in the same setting. So I don't know if that's what you did and that's why your hair turned out purple and everything like that, because I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know why your hair ended up turning purple. I don't know if it was the fact that the relaxer didn't mix well with your hair already being dyed red. I'm not sure why your hair ended up turning purple, but I kind of feel some type of way that she left you in there alone and you didn't know anything about relaxers or perms, anything like that. So for me, I would have told her, like, girl, please stay in here, because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Yeah, because that basically set you up for failure, because you don't know what to do. So anyway, you washed it out. Your hair was coming out. It left you with a side patch, no edges, and the cosmetologist ended up getting fired. Now I want to know, did she get fired from the experience you had with her, or did she get fired from some other thing? Like, why was she fired? So I need them details. You guys gotta give me all the deets. I need to know. But yeah, this story kind of has a happy ending, because after all of this craziness, your hair ended up still growing out longer than it was before. So that's good, and I'm happy to hear that your hair is doing much better. You guys gotta stay away from them relaxers. They are no good. They are no good. So yeah, that was the first horror story. So now let's just dive on into the next one. Okay, so this story says, hi Traeh, so first, congratulations on the new member of your family. Thank you. I have been watching your videos on your channel for a while now and absolutely love your videos, although I just realized I wasn't subscribed after all of this time. You guys have to double check and make sure that you're subscribed, double check and make sure that your notifications are turned on, because I don't know what's going on. Slow moment, lol, but I am now. Alright, so anyway, this might not be as bad a horror story as the others, but it was a tragic experience for me. Sidebar, there are a couple of many horror stories that lead up to the major one. Okay, let me prepare myself. When I was younger, my mother faithfully kept my hair up. I had mid-back length hair that was full and thick and soft. Up until about age 4, my mother was the only one who touched my hair, until it just became a little too much to handle, being that my hair had gotten so long. But she was still very cautious about who she let get their fingers in my hair. Okay. So every summer, she began sending me to the salon to get my hair braided. My parents had been divorced since I was born, so every summer my brother and I stayed with our father. My mom knew my father knew absolutely nothing about maintaining my hair, so that became my yearly routine. Alright, to your mom for planning it. I was just thinking about it, if I had to go away on like a trip or something and I had to leave Reagan with Maurice, he wouldn't know what to do with her hair. Hence why we have a natural hair horror story that Maurice participated in. But if you haven't seen that, the link will be down below. During the school year, I wore my hair in multiple ponytails. I know y'all remember those days, lol. I surely do, because Reagan definitely wears her hair in those ponytails. And my mother would put in a small amount of the kitty perms every other month or so. My hair still remained healthy, thick, soft, and beautiful. By the way, my mom used to be a licensed beautician. Then one year, it all went bad. As a child, I had pretty bad allergies, so I didn't really do much swimming because I stayed inside a lot or would ride bikes with my brother. This one particular summer, my father and his wife at the time decided to take us to Cedar Point. We got on all of the water rides and I didn't have any type of reaction, so naturally I figured I'd be fine to go swimming. Upon our return home, I asked to go swimming, and that entire summer we went swimming a lot. I did not wear a swim cap. Those things never worked. Let me know if you guys remember trying to protect your hair and putting the swim cap on, sometimes putting 2 swim caps on, and then you take them off and your hair is still wet. Like, what is the point, y'all? I don't care. Those things were super tight on my head, like super freaking tight, but they did nothing. Like, nothing at all. I did not wear a swim cap. My hair was in fact still braided, but I didn't know much about swimming, so didn't think I needed one. And my stepmother didn't really know how to maintain my afro, so I swam without a cap and got my hair all wet. I was just enjoying being a normal kid. However, once I returned to my mother's and she began to take my hair down, she absolutely freaked. I didn't know what was going on. I thought I did something wrong. She called my father immediately. And then that's when I learned that after swimming in a pool, you have to thoroughly wash your hair afterwards, not just rinse it off in the shower, which is what my stepmom made me do. I wasn't aware, and my mom told me it wasn't my fault. I didn't know any better, but they should have. My hair fell out very badly, as you can imagine. So after about 3 to 4 years of mom getting my hair back to a healthy state and shoulder length, another incident happened. Oh my God. My father's new and current wife, who refuses to embrace her black side and only claims her father's half Mexican trait, didn't like me very much or my thick kinky hair. She always asked how come I don't wear my hair down or straight as often, and I told her I like my hair the way it is. This was before my insecurities really kicked in, and I actually really loved my hair. So one day she told me she was going to help me wash my hair, and I said okay. Being that I was so close to my first stepmother, I tried to have the same trust for my new stepmother. So after my hair was washed, she blow dried it and then said I looked like a monkey. Yes, she said I looked like a monkey. What in the world? I was about 9 at this time. I could only just look at her, and then she said, I don't understand why you have so much hair everywhere. Look, it's even on your neck. Ew. Both my mother and father have hairy arms and legs. I've never had any shame in it. So then she says, I'm going to cut it. I looked at her and said, no, you can't cut anything. She pulled the clippers out and shaved the back of my neck up to the nape of my hair and cut some of my hair off, then Bantu knotted it up. But at that time, I didn't really know what to do but to let it happen. We went to church, and after church, my father took us back to our mom's, and once my mom saw me get out the car, she flipped yet again. And this time, she wasn't subtle with it. My father got an earful. Backstory, my current stepmother has never liked my mother because she gave my father the one thing she couldn't, his children. So she's always took her hatred and envy out on me because I look identical to my mother. So from that day on, no one else was allowed to touch my hair. It took a very long time for my hair to go back the way it used to be. Fast forward some years, when I was about 13 or 14 years old, I decided I wanted to care for my hair. My mom was very accepting and offered to help in any way, buying products, of course. I stopped getting relaxers and found a hair regimen that worked perfectly for me, and for almost a year or two, my hair had pulled through like a miracle. Then that's when another horror decided to happen. Oh my goodness, girl. I met my best friend when I was 15 and had just transferred to a new high school junior year. She would tell me all these great stories about her hairstylist that had been doing her hair as well as her mom's hair for years. At this point, I was thinking about straightening my hair for the first time in almost 2 years and asked my mom if we could give her a try. So for my 16th birthday, my mom took me and I was so excited. The stylist seemed very nice and friendly. She washed my hair very well. And when she blow dried it, I couldn't believe how long my hair had gotten. It has It had been so long since I've seen my hair past my shoulders. So the stylist then tells me I have split ends and she needs to trim them. Oh my goodness. So one thing, if you do decide, after all of these horror stories I've read, if you do decide, okay, if you do, because there are some good hairstylists out there, if you do decide to go to a hair salon, just don't get your hair trimmed. Don't get it cut. Don't get the split ends cut. Don't get your hair trimmed. Nothing. It never ends well. It never ends well. It never ends well. The stylist then tells me I have split ends and she needs to trim them. Considering I haven't had my ends trimmed in a while, I knew this was true. I told her that it was fine, but I'd like her to do just a small trim, and even informed her my plan was to return frequently to do small trims at a time to retain length and healthy hair. She agreed. Once she began snipping away with those dreaded scissors, my heart dropped as I saw inches, I mean chunks of my hair being chopped off. After she was done, she handed me the mirror. She was one of those stylists who face their clients away from the mirror as well. A lot of them do that. I looked in utter disgust. She asked what was wrong and I asked her what did she do. She looked at me confused. This lady cut my hair into a short bob with like a side bang type of thing. I mean short, at my chin level basically. It was at the point I remember seeing all the other clients' hair she had done that day. I was last. They all had short bobs. Maybe that was her specialty and she just wanted everybody to have a short bob. Oh my goodness. My mom was there at the salon getting her hair done as well, but by a different stylist who slayed her hair. My mom was there at the salon getting her hair done as well, but by a different stylist who slayed her hair. Yes, LOL, but my mom was done before me and went to wait in the car. Before she left, she only seen my hair freshly blow dried and was amazed at how long I had grown my hair on my own. When I got in the car, I couldn't stop crying. My mom had the biggest look of shock on her face ever and just kept trying to comfort me, telling me it still looked very cute on me and all that good motherly love type of stuff. Oh, and by the way, the stylist did in fact give me heat damage too. I never went back to her ever again. I had very little to no trust in anyone besides me doing anything to my hair now. But the story gets better. Thank you, girl, because if you had another horror story after this, I'd have been done. I am now 21. My hair is at shoulder length and slowly but surely growing more and more. It's very full, thick, kinky, coily curly with about 4 different textures in it, and I absolutely love and embrace it. I have my good and bad days with it, like we all. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you so much for taking the time to read this. I'm sorry it was so long. I just felt I had to share my whole journey with someone. Absolutely love your channel. Stay beautiful inside and out. Oh wow. Wow. Thank you so much, Alexis, for sharing not 1, not 2, but 3 horror stories with me. But girl, you have been going through it. I mean, with your stepmoms and then the hairstylist, your hair has really been through some things, and it seems like you are maintaining it just fine. So I would just recommend you just keep doing what you're doing. Even if someone's hair looks bomb, you do your own hair, okay? Don't let anybody touch your hair. I mean, you just can't trust people, okay? And the fact that the hairstylist gave everybody a bob was very, very interesting. Maybe that was her specialty and she just knew how to slay a bob, okay? But I don't know how a small trim turned into a bob. But I digress. It seems like you're doing much better with your hair. Your hair is growing out slowly but surely, but at least it's growing. You're doing what you're supposed to do with your hair. So both of these horror stories had a good ending to it, and I kind of like that, okay? So yeah, that's good to hear. And both of these horror stories had happy endings, so that's also a plus. If you guys enjoyed these natural hair horror story videos, definitely give it a thumbs up and let me know if you like me putting multiple horror stories into one video, or just doing it, you know, the regular way that I usually do it. And if you guys have any natural hair horror stories, you can definitely send them to me so that I can feature them here on my channel. You can send them to the email below. Make sure that you include details and pictures if possible. And yeah, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, anything, you can leave them below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys.
Mama told me not to sell word. Mama 17, 5, same color t-shirt, white. Mama told me not to sell word.